afternoon to everyone gathered here today, to our incredible sponsors, dedicated stakeholders, and fellow scholars. Thank you for being here. I am Laniam Roberto once again, and I have been with NPO and Shell since I was in 5th grade, way back in 2015. For the longest time, especially during my high school years, I believed that true success was all about relentlessly pushing myself to the absolute breaking point. It was about individual grit, about conquering every obstacle alone. But as I have grown, I've met truly incredible people and experienced life. I realized something, and that strength isn't only defined by how hard you fight against adversity, but by the incredible, unwavering support you receive from others. My journey as a young adult and a youth leader in my community was, to say the least, challenging. There were many moments when I felt utterly and completely overwhelmed, yet through every single challenge, every doubt, and every hurdle, I was uplifted by an outpouring love for my family, my friends, and most especially from NPO and Child. Their undeniable and relentless support, whether it was financial or the invaluable emotional encouragement, truly meant the world to me. It was a constant, powerful reminder that I was never alone, and because of their profound generosity, I learned one of the most vital lessons of my life: how to truly care for myself, my mind, my body, and my emotions, and crucially, how to share that strength with others. One unforgettable lesson, a cornerstone of my growth, is this: we must bring others along on our journey to success. We can only achieve true and lasting impact if we genuinely prioritize our well being. I realize that I can serve and uplift others so much more effectively when I am operating at my best. The future, as we all know, holds its uncertainties, but my goals remain unchanged. I am committed to extending a helping hand to those who need it most, to building our communities stronger from the ground up, and to being a bold voice advocating for impactful government action. I aim to empower others in every way that I can to ensure that they have better and brighter chances in life. I want to continue to be an active, contributing part of the community that ignites hope for everyone, for our neighbors today, and for the generation who will follow our footsteps. So, as we look ahead, my fellow scholars, let us carry the truth with us. Success isn't just about individual strength, it's about our collective power. Let us commit to lifting each other up, to nurturing our own being, so we can better serve our communities, and to build the future where every single person has a chance to live. My sincerest gratitude to NPO and Child for being a huge part of who I am today. Without this family, I wouldn't be able to graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science as well as finish my studies with flying colors as a cum laude. Thank you, and I commit to always extend a helping hand to others and give back to the community who nurtured me. To my fellow scholars, I hope that we may never lose the strength to always give hope and be the epitome of change.
So let me start my speech from here. Good day, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. My name is Rio Omar Nicolai Tataro, and child, a scholar from Amparo, and have been a scholar since 2016 up until now. Growing up, my mother and grandmother would always tell me to study hard because they would always tell me that the best thing that they can give me is the gift of knowledge. Knowledge is something that the other people can take away from you, is something that I heard 100 times from them. But being raised in a household where we are dependent on my grandmother's meager salary, earning from sewing clothes, studying can be quite hard. When teachers ask us to bring something to school, I would always find it stressful to ask for money from them because at a young age, I already understand the value of money, and the 10 pesos that I need to buy popsicle sticks or manila paper can better be allocated to much more important needs like food. That is why I was so relieved and a little bit skeptical at first when I heard that I was chosen as one of scholars for NCHAT. Relieved because I got to go to school without worrying about school needs and sometimes even school lunches. And skeptical because my mind at time finds it unbelievable that strangers who barely know me are willing to help me financially in my education. After being part of NCHILD, I was able to experience a lot of things that I wasn't able to do before. I was able to join educational tours, which were costly and something that we can't afford. I was able to join contests and school activities without worrying about asking for money. Lastly, I experienced having a new family, one that is not related through blood, but by our shared experiences and love. These strangers that barely know me became my family. The fondest memory I have with Enchild was when we went to this resort. Resort happened on Tipolo, I think. I remember having fun with the games and activities that our volunteers had prepared for that day. We have this team building activities, and I thoroughly enjoyed those. I remember how hot that day was, and to cool down, I just jumped into one of those several pools that was in that resort. Just thinking about that day makes me smile up to this day. Now that I'm nearing the end of this journey, my heart is filled by so much gratitude and praise for this organization that allowed me, my grandmother's, and my mother's dream to come true. I'm 100% sure that I might not have endured this journey without Angel's support. I will be forever grateful because of this opportunity and will try my best to help others in need in the future as well. I will always keep the memories we shared close to my heart and I will think of it fondly for years to come.
I've been an Enchild scholar since I was in grade 5, and now I'm about to graduate with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Psychology from Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Manila. As my college journey comes to an end, I've been reflecting a lot on where I started, the ones who helped me, and the goals I look forward to. I feel proud of everything I've achieved, but at the same time, I can't deny that I'm scared of what comes next. This journey was never easy, but it was filled with meaningful experiences. So, yeah, my school journey wasn't smooth. I have experienced failure, disappointments, and even doubts about whether to earn a degree or just earn money. But despite these challenges, I chose to remain optimistic and committed to finishing my education, knowing that this was not just for myself, but also for my family who depended on me. Oftentimes, it just felt overwhelming, juggling responsibilities, managing limited resources, and dealing with personal pressure as a breadwinner. Sometimes, I wish I could go back to being a kid when life felt light, when I didn't have to think about my career or whether I'm doing enough. These moments of anxiety and self-doubt highlights my sleepless nights. But through it all, I held on to the belief that hard work would eventually pay off and reminded myself that success doesn't come easily. It's something you build slowly through perseverance. That persistence led to some meaningful breakthroughs. I was able to maintain a consistent President's List award throughout college. Then, recently, I passed the Certified Human Resources Associate exam, officially making me a certified HR associate. But what makes this achievement even more special is the story behind it. I took the exam earlier this year, intending to give myself something meaningful for my birthday. However, I barely had 2 days to prepare, cramming in between academic deadlines and personal obligations. But still, I gave it my best, and passing the exam felt so rewarding. It was such a delightful moment, a proof that even with limited time and so much pressure, I can still achieve something I can be proud of. Through all the hardships, Anshal became a solid source of strength for me. The financial assistance allowed me to focus on my studies instead of constantly worrying about how to afford my daily needs, rent, or transportation. But more than the monetary help, Anchal gave me hope. The yearly gatherings, the encouraging stories from fellow scholars, and Japanese sponsors reminded me that I am part of something meaningful, a community that values education and compassion. Hence, this connection makes me want to stay involved in Anchal even after graduation. I may not have the financial capacity to give, but I want to volunteer in activities and help in any way I can. It's my way of showing gratitude to the organization that believed in me all these years. Someday, I also dream of visiting Japan, not just to explore, but to personally thank the generous people behind this organization. The entire Enchild family, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your belief in me has helped shape who I am today. Now, as I prepare to enter the professional world, I know it won't be easy, and I still have many uncertainties. Nonetheless, I know I have the will to keep going with discipline and gratitude that will guide me on my journey forward. Once again, thank you so much, Child, and big congratulations to all the scholars who made it this.
Hi everyone. I know it has truly been a long while since I last talked to everyone. Communication with people other than my immediate family has not been my best skill recently, and I would like to sincerely apologize for not reaching out on the days that I very well could. However, I am actively working on it, and I believe I'm making progress. Firstly, I would like to commend everyone for continuing to dream and pursue your goals in life. I truly am very proud of you all, and I hope you are proud of yourselves as well. Dreaming of a better life is a privilege not all of us have, sadly. The material, mental, and environmental conditions that allow us to picture a bright future to dream about are a luxury in today's time. With this, I would like to emphasize how truly lucky we all are for having our parents, families, friends, and our scholarships who continue to create and protect a space where we can all dream and pursue our goals. My journey as a student was not all what I thought it would be. Even when I was very lucky enough to have a strong support system and a healthy environment, some things that were out of my control happened and completely changed the trajectory of my journey. The pandemic, mental health problems, breakups, debts, and financial struggles are some unfortunate examples. And suddenly, I no longer have the same passion and drive, and I no longer aspire to traverse the glorious path I was preparing myself for all these years. However, this did not mean that I stopped wanting to reach a fulfilling success. So after the things that had happened in my life and the tough realizations that I came to accept, I rediscovered a peak I wanted to reach. This peak is at the top of a tall mountain of dreams, and I decided that I was going to create my own path and carve my own trail to reach it. When I finished college, I realized that my journey took a bit longer than others. Uh, it took me almost 6 years to complete my degree. But you see, that did not mean that I failed. I reached the peak nonetheless, and I sure took my time. I guess what I want you all to realize is that we all have our mountain peaks to reach, and the trails to reach such peaks are all different. In such trails, we will face different sets of roadblocks and storms, which might cause delays or take a toll on our health. So while I was climbing my mountain, I realized halfway through that I was becoming very sick and very tired, almost to the point of wanting to just give up and climb back down. However, I decided to listen to my body and take a good rest, just enough for my mind and body to recover and come back even stronger and more energized. So rest, I did. I came to climb back up my peak again and more motivated and energized than ever before, even as I heard that my peers had already reached theirs and were starting to explore other mountains. But in my mind, it did not matter who reached first, as being able to reach a mountain peak is a success regardless of the time it took you to reach it. Knowing this, I took my time climbing and enjoyed the spectacular view. It did not matter to me that I would get to see the sun rise and set over and over. When I reached my mountain peak, what made me feel triumphant was not the plain fact that I got to the peak, but the fact that I endured and even enjoyed the journey that it took me to finish climbing. What made me a better person was not the peak itself, but the journey I had to personally create and endure. I was the proudest of myself that I allowed myself to take breaks and let my mind and body rest. And my trail to reach the mountain peak, it rained, it snowed, and the sun almost burned my skin. Yet here I am, ready to take on another peak. Thank you very much.
To our dear Enchild staff, volunteers, and scholars, a pleasant day to all of you. I am truly delighted to be given the opportunity to speak before everyone today as we celebrate our, our milestones with our Enchild family. To be honest, it hasn't been an easy navigating online learning and later on face-to-face classes in the middle of a pandemic, especially when you know you lack resources. There were days when just having a stable internet connection felt like a victory in itself. Studying in UP or University of the Philippines, it was really difficult to accept that it wouldn't be easy to keep up with students from more privileged backgrounds, those with the latest reliable support systems, and access to so many opportunities. But after years of hard work, organizational commitments, and volunteer work, I can say that I've grown past those insecurities. There were moments when I felt like I was always a step behind other UP students, but the people who believed in me helped me realize that success doesn't have a single definition, and that is perfectly okay not to be the smartest person in the room. Sometimes what truly matters is the quiet kind of resilience, the courage to show up day after day, even if no one is watching and no one is sure you'll make it. That's what I call, or that's we usually call grit, the strength to keep going through the slow, hard, and uncertain moments. And I am blessed that I have seen this, and I realized this during our volunteer activity in Leyte, where we were able to immerse ourselves in the community, sharing stories of daily struggles and hope while eating hearty meals together with our foster families back there. This has opened my eyes to possibilities of what I can do after graduation and what I can share with others beyond the borders of employment. Today, I also want to take a moment to genuinely celebrate our co-scholars. You have earned it, not just through academic excellence, but through perseverance, discipline, and incredible commitment. Please know and uh, please take this moment as a reminder that our angel family saw our sacrifices, the nights we stayed up studying late, the times we pushed through stress and self-doubt, and we didn't just meet the standard, we were able to raise it. And you guys really inspired me. You inspire everyone in this growing family. Being part of and child surrounded by intelligent, capable, and kind-hearted scholars reminded me that I was never alone. It showed me that someone believed in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. And this became my fuel. It kept me going when giving up seemed like the easier path. And now to end this message, I may not be graduating with Latin honors, but I am proud of what I carry with me. The strength born from struggles, humility shaped by genuine support systems, and dreams that are still alive and burning more brightly than ever. Here's to the future as survivors, fighters, and dreamers. Congratulations, everyone.
Hi everyone. Good day everyone. My name is Gabriel El Balane and I am here today to share you my academic journey. A journey that has been filled with challenges, triumphs, and above all, growth. As I prepare to graduate on October 28th to 30, I reflect on the path that has brought me here. A path that began long ago in an elementary school. From a young age, I witnessed the struggles of life firsthand. I saw the resilience of my family and learned the value of hard work. These early experiences shaped my understanding of the world and ignited a desire within me to pursue education. It was during my high school years that I discovered my passion for volleyball. The sport not only provided me with a sense of belonging, but also taught me the importance of teamwork and discipline. Every practice and every game became a lesson in dedication and as I transitioned to college, I was eager to explore new avenues and express myself in different ways. I joined various clubs and discovered a vibrant community that welcomed my enthusiasm. One of the highlights of my college experience was becoming a member of the PLM men's volleyball team during the 2024 college-wide sports fest of YMCA. Competing with my teammates was accelerating and reinforced my belief that together we could achieve our goals. The camaraderie we built on and off the court was great, and I'll cherish the memories we created together. Aside from playing volleyball, I also pursued my love for music by joining the singing club of our college, the College of Education Dynamics, or the SED Dynamics. And as the choreography head, I had the opportunity to combine my passion for performance with leadership. Organizing song arrangements and collaborating with talented individuals pushed me to grow not only as an artist, but also as a person. Each rehearsal was a chance to express creativity and foster friendships. Moreover, I became a member of the Maguayan Creative Scholars Guild, a theatrical organization that allowed me to delve into the world of drama. It was here that I learned the power of storytelling and the impact it can have on an audience. Each performance taught me to embrace vulnerability and authenticity, skills that are essential in both teaching and life. As I entered my final year of college, my focus shifted towards my future profession as an educator. Conducting teaching internship at Ramon Magsaysay High School was a pivotal moment in my journey. I faced the challenge of managing a classroom, preparing lesson plans, and engaging students. It was a learning curve that tested my patience and creativity. Yet, it was also incredibly rewarding. My passion for teaching shone through as I connected with my students and inspired them to explore their potential. I'm proud to say that my hard work paid off. These would not be possible without my family, who are my strength, my friends who have helped me along the way, and also I would like to express my gratitude to Enchild, who has stood by me for nearly 16 years, not only offering financial support, but also consistently checking in and making me feel valued. Especially thanks as well to Mr. Takano to that, Mr. Shimada, Sir Raya, Ate Alma, Kiano, and my sponsor, Mr. Chihiro Okuya, and all the sponsors out there who are always here with us. As I approach graduation, I realized that my academic journey has been about more than scores and achievements. It has demonstrated my and different in the lives of you all to discover and inspirations. Again, Gab, the last and child beneficiary from the Balut area. Thank you so much.